Let's look at Saturday and what's still left to come, confirming for you that Liverpool got all 3 points at Crystal Palace, courtesy of Jota's goal. Then we've got a host of games kicking off at 3 p.m. here in the UK. Arsenal, Southampton, Brentford, Wolves, Leicester, Bournemouth, Man City, Fulham, which is our feature match on Goal Rush, as well as West Ham versus Ipswich. So a busy period coming up, and then we wrap it all up on Merseyside, where Everton take on Newcastle. Plenty of drama to come on Sunday, but let's look at the table and what this means for Crystal Palace. Even though they had an improved second half, still no win for them in the new season, and that's defeat number 4 for Oliver Glasner and his men. 3 points after 7 matches. Southampton and Wolves both in the drop zone as well. Manchester United there in 13th place. They play Aston Villa tomorrow. Let's look at the top of the table, because it confirms for you that 4 points, a cushion for Liverpool over Manchester City and Arsenal. They've done the business. They can sit back and watch now with those two both in action. Coming up shortly, Chelsea round out the top 4 on 13 points, just behind City and Arsenal for now.
And Cody Gakpo with me, Lindsay. Virgil, first of all, congratulations. The winning run continues for Liverpool, but after such a quick start to the game, how hard did you have to work in that second half for the 3 points?
I think it's always hard to come here. Obviously the results, I think over the years, always been very tight and close, and I think obviously I think we scored a fantastic goal in my opinion. Well played, obviously Cody, Costas, great finish from Diogo, and I think could have done maybe a little bit better second half. Obviously, then we know they're coming out a little bit more pressure on the ball, and I think we have to play a little bit more than we did. And overall, obviously, take the 3 points and intense run before the international break on a high, and now we go to the internationals.
Cody, it was a great ball for Jota for that goal. Talk us through it, because you had to be so patient in the build-up, but then when the goal came, it just seemed to come so quickly.
Yeah, I think Costas turned on, and then fullback was pretty tight on me, so yeah, I made a counter movement, and great ball from Costi, and then I saw Jota running inside the box, so tried to put it in front of him, and yeah, he was sharp like always, and then put it in.
It was your first Premier League start today. You've had to come off the bench in all the other games. Was it important for you to make an impact? Yeah, I think first start, obviously you want to show what you got, and I think we have a great squad with a lot of quality, and today was my turn, and I did my best, so yeah. And defensively, best defence in the league so far. You got to be happy with that.
Is that right? Obviously, we keep going, we keep working, and we never satisfied, so we always can improve. And I think today as well, obviously, I think we needed Ali twice, 3 times maybe, and that's what we're trying to avoid. But if we have to defend, we have to defend with everything that we got, and everyone is contributing to clean sheets, but I'm very happy with the clean sheet as well.
Well, you're top of the league heading into the international break. Do you think you've surprised a few with the way you've started under the new manager?
Listen, I think there's always expectations towards different teams, and whatever the outside world thinks of us, we don't really care. We want to improve, we want to challenge, we want to compete to the final day and win and be successful, and that's what we're focusing on, not what other expectations or something like that will be. We got a lot of points up until now, but we want to have a lot more, and we know how tough the fixture list will be after the international break. Well, why not enjoy it? So I'm really looking forward to that, and hopefully everyone involved with Liverpool as well. Well,
Virgil, you are today's man of the match. Cody, I'll let you do the honours.
Congrats. Congrats, brother.
Thanks, brother. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Joe and Peter watching alongside with me, and Peter, 4 away wins as well. Just how hard is that?
Oh, it's so hard, especially coming here. You know, I've found this always traditionally a really difficult place to come and play football and win games, but Liverpool did that. I thought Crystal Palace gave a better account of them second half, but Liverpool were the better side overall, without doubt.
I was watching the goal. Well, you were sitting behind the dugout, Joe, but when I was watching it with Peter, you said the whole move for the goal was inch perfect.
Yeah, it was superb. And the first 20, 30, the whole of the first half, Liverpool were just moving the ball so well. It come to Tsimikas, he waited for Munoz to come out, and he just slipped it inside him. It's a beautiful bit. Look at how spread out they are. The distances of Liverpool, they were solid there. Just there, fed it through in the line. Gakpo, perfectly timed run. whipped it across, beautifully timed move. It's just fantastic. Them sort of drills you do in training, week in, week out, in, back, through, out. So when it works in the game, it feels good.
I said that, the amount of times that you do that in training, the up back through is 100%. And the wingers made a great movement there. Gakpo, a great ball, and Jota just always on the front foot in the box, always.
How do you feel Gakpo has stepped up since Arne Slot's been at the club?
Yeah, I think it's a discussion to be had. Obviously, being countrymen of Gravenberch and Gakpo, obviously Arne Slot being from the same country, they've both improved so much, I think, since he's arrived. They've gone up a level. Gakpo this year has been really unlucky not to start games, and Gravenberch in the midfield has been an absolute revelation. So whether it's something that he's saying to them, but I genuinely believe they've gone up a level.
Flying Dutchman.
Yeah, no, they've been brilliant. I watched it. It wasn't his whole performance, Gakpo in particular, I thought was excellent today. But right at the death, when they was under the cosh a little bit, the ball's come up to him. He's brought it down. He's broken the lines. He's gone past someone. He won a corner. He does everything now. He can play in a number of positions. He's gone up. Crouchy's right. He's gone up another level. And whatever that is with the two boys from Holland, they've been fantastic.
How significant is it to be going into that international break? Obviously, they're 4 points ahead now, but whatever happens in the other games, they know they're going to be top of the table.
Yeah, beautiful feeling. It's like when you go away on international duty, it's horrible, especially if you're around the training ground. If you've lost a few games, like Palace going into the international break, having not won yet, is a difficult place to be. You're not going to get many days off. You're going to be in working on things, trying to get a result for when you get back.
Well, we can see Arne Slot just arriving over to us there.
Hello, mate. Well
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Good to see you. The guys were just talking about the feeling of going into an international break on top. Just how significant is that for you, knowing that whatever happens, you'll be top of the table?
Yeah. No, it's I think mostly for me it's special because the players go to their national team and then they think about their national team. But if we would have lost or had a draw today, then for me it's 2, 3, 4 days of being unhappy or I don't exactly the word, but I think my wife is happy now too because she gets someone home who is happy instead of unhappy.
You'll have a nice break, I'm sure, and you're a record breaker as well because the best managerial start for a Liverpool manager, 9 out of 10 now. How happy, how satisfied are you?
No, really satisfied with how we started the season. Let that be clear. But I think I said it also in the press conference. If they only remember me because of this, then maybe it hasn't been the best period of the Liverpool era. So I'm hoping to do more special things than only winning 9 out of 10 at this club. But it's a good start. Not only the results, but I liked our performance today a lot as well.
I just saw, obviously, in an interview at Bologna, I was saying how well you played, and you were saying picking holes in your performance because your standards are so high. Was there things that you could improve on maybe in the second half today?
I think there was a period in the game where we conceded a lot of free kicks, throw-ins, corner kicks, and that was a difficult period for us. But in general, also the last 10 minutes, we controlled much more, kept the ball really well. And yeah, we got the chance from Mo, we got the chance from Diogo. We should have finished it off if you have such a dominant performance. Diogo in the first half also, then you need to score the second. Because then you break them mentally as well. And now the fans and everybody kept believing in a result because it was only 1-0. Although we were, in my opinion, the dominant team.
Yeah.
I just want to show you the incident where Palace felt they really had a strong penalty shout as well. They felt for Virgil van Dijk with a little pull on Mark Gahey. Obviously VAR had a look at it and stayed with the on-field decision. What was your take on it?
I don't know, I haven't seen it, so I didn't see it. It happens quite far away, and in the 18-yard box a lot of things happen.
You see it better from the
I don't even see
the other angle. Van Dijk just pulls it here,
there.
2 hands.
Yeah, but the ball is going to the goalkeeper. He would never go there. But yeah, probably if that's always with the VAR. If he would have given this one, he wouldn't have changed it, the VAR. But if this is, for me, this is not a penalty because he will never get the ball. But in general, I don't think Palace fans can be unhappy with the referee today because I think it took us 55 minutes before we got our first. It was 15 for us and 2 for them. We had 78% ball possession. But it is an important decision, so that's why we talk about it.
Yeah, they said not sustained holding and also no impact on the play, like you said there. Moving ahead after that nice international break that you'll have, it is a tough run of fixtures for you. How does this set you up heading into such a busy, hard period?
Yeah, it's true that the fixtures are difficult, but I've also felt how difficult Wolves away is and how difficult Crystal Palace away is. We will probably not be as dominant as we were today if we face Arsenal away, but both fixtures are really difficult, and it's very good that we've won these games. And now it's up to us to show ourselves in the big games as well. And unfortunately, Ali will not be with us in those matches, I assume, if I saw how he walked off the pitch. But it was also very good to see that with Queef being sick yesterday, our third goalkeeper got this performance in. So yeah, it's always nice for a team that everybody is involved in the results.
What did you think the way he handled that, Jarosz, when he came on?
Yeah, really good, really good. He had a very good season last season. I think he won the league and he won the cup where he was in Austria, I think. So we trust him a lot, and he wanted to go. He wanted to go because he wanted to have playing time again. But we said, yeah, listen, at a club like this, we also need a very good third goalkeeper. And today proved that we are right. And maybe for him was a nice moment to make his debut for Liverpool.
It wasn't just him as well. Obviously, Cody Gakpo came in today, cost us as well. I thought, obviously, fringe players at times have come in and played really well today.
Yeah. First goal came from the two of them. So Costa set it up with a great pass. Cody with one of his deep runs, which is also one of his strengths, and he picked Diogo, who finished it off. We've spoken about before the game of our strikers not scoring that much. Today he scored, but I think you would have scored the header, wouldn't you?
No, 100%.
Yeah, that was.
I'm still available.
You would have scored the cutback cross.
He hasn't officially retired yet.
Okay. I mean, the game's evolved a little bit, but
he's fit enough.
He's leaving his phone on. Arne, thank you very much for coming out to join us, and enjoy the break.
Thank you. Well done, mate.
Well done, boss. Congratulations.
Do you fancy it, Peter?
I certainly do, yeah. Honestly, when I look at some of the balls coming in, like playing with Trent, Andy Robertson, Costa's, like the whipping balls in, that'd be an absolute dream.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd get in though, to be honest.
Could you have done any better, Joe? I mean, the fans will always love what Jurgen Klopp did, but as a follow-up, the way this has started.
He's been brilliant. Like, the fixtures have been favourable, but don't let that deceive you. You have to win games. He's right. Coming here is a very difficult game. Going to Wolves, where every game's a fight in the Premier League. That's why it's the best league in the world. So he's come in and he's had a brilliant start. He's also correct in saying that he won't want to be remembered for that. Jurgen Klopp left his legacy. I think it's going to be one of them. If we can stop past Christmas, if we stop talking about Jurgen Klopp every show, he would have continued to do his job with aplomb. I just think he looks like a settled group. You look at the team. They haven't had a couple of defeats where you're going to see, is there any cracks in the mentality and things like that? So they haven't had to deal with that yet. But even today's game, there was spells in the game where they showed quality passing, but also spells in the game when Mateta come on and they was causing a bit of mayhem. They dealt with that, rode the storm. I expect it from this Liverpool team. I think they're some fabulous squad.
They haven't been at their best, really, against Wolves, against Bologna. As Joel was saying, there was parts of the game today where they were tested, but they're still coming through and getting the wins. How important is that quality at the moment for them?
It feels like they could have gone up a couple of gears today. Like it did feel at times. Listen, it was 12:30 kickoff, and they played on, midweek as well. Another difficult game in the Champions League. But I think they've got tremendous ability. They've got strength in depth now. I think the period they've just come through was fixtures that majority you would say they would win, and they're going into a period now of really, really difficult games. And I think we'll see after this month. If they're genuine title contenders. I believe they are. I think there's a 3-horse race. I think they're in it. But we'll see after this month.
Because so much of the talk at the start of the season was about the 2-horse race and them being the best of the rest. Do you agree with Crouchy that they are a genuine contender now?
Yeah, but I think I've backed Arsenal to win the league. And I've also Man City. Liverpool everyone sort of was sleeping on a little bit, but I think the smartest thing they've done this year was not bringing any players in. I know it sounds crazy because all the other teams have brought in and strengthened, but I think what that's allowed the new manager to do is just work with a group, because you don't add more and more changes onto a massive change with a manager leaving. So they was close-ish last year in the sense that they had a few injuries and they had a few bad spells, but I think they'll come in this year, and I don't think they'll win it, but I think they'll be pushing there and thereabouts. And if he carries on the way he's doing, next season I think could be the season for Liverpool.
Yeah, it's been evolution, not revolution. Yes. Let's look at some of the chances that Palace had in that game, Peter, because they could have gone in level at half time, didn't they? And had a couple of good opportunities in the second half as well through Nketiah and Eze as well as this one.
Yeah, this was the issue. I think, Bologna are the same. I think they gave up too many chances. There was potential for Bologna to score, and the same again today. I mean, Palace came back into it only 1-0. They always felt that they had a chance, and as bad as Palace were in the first half, they still created some chances, and I think that that'll be something that needs to be addressed. Having said that, I think the two centre halves at times made it look easy, but they did give 2 or 3 chances up, and Palace were wasteful really in these opportunities. I mean, this one here, Eze's got to do better.
Yeah, that was the one, wasn't it? That was the one that opened up. I don't know what happened there. The ball just seemed to break to him. Mateta picked the right pass. Eze he should have gone near post there. And a player of his quality, you expect him to do different. But Palace, there was signs of improvement in the second half. And then, like I said, they created 4 or 5 good chances.
Mateta made a difference, didn't he, when he came on? A lot more to come from us from Selhurst Park, but right now we are heading to Somerset because it is
important assist for the only goal at Selhurst Park scored by Diogo Jota. Let's look back at that goal. It came just 9 minutes in, Mo.
Yeah, it was a very good goal, wasn't it? Very well worked. They were looking dangerous down this left-hand side. Tsimikas played a lovely weighted ball. And Gakpo, I was really impressed with this because lots of wide players, they lift their head up, they look into the middle, they see nobody, so they tend to take another touch. But as a centre-forward, righty, we just want them to whip it in as quick as you can.
Put it in there, because as you've seen with Diogo Jota there, Jules, he knows where he wants to end up. And he obviously knows, in respect of Gakpo, he's going to put it in first time, because then once this goes in, he's in front of him. And that is the difference. That's the margins for Palace today. That's the one bit of real true quality we saw in the game, and the game's over in respect of a result, because they've got a player who, in the moment, has come to life there, Diogo Jota.
The timing of that run from Jota, Jules, was absolutely exquisite, wasn't it? He literally landed in front of the defender. The split second the ball was produced there, and that's... Yeah, the timing is an art, isn't it?
It's artistry, what we just saw. People just take that for granted. They see that because, like Michael, what you rightly showed, on the edge of the box, when Gakpo's putting it in, there's no one in there. So at some stage, you're going to have to get there. So people think that, he's just going to push past a massive defender like that. He's got to make a move. It's a really good point that Michael made to show Jota. Look where he's behind him as we speak there. And then he's got to come in there. Chalobah knows at some stage, I've got to make sure I clear this. But he's too quick, Diogo Jota, with his thinking and his movement, and the fact that Gakpo's put it in so early. It's brilliant movement, and it's very underrated stuff, that kind of play.
Yeah, because the defender knows where you want to go, doesn't he? And you've just got to time it in the right way, and that's why you see a lot of centre-forwards getting behind. You see there, Jota was in behind his man. So he doesn't know when he's about to start running. It's very easy to go in front, but you'll get tackled. And it's very easy to make a run early to get in front, but then you'll go in front of the near post, you'll make your finish hard. So the key is to time it so you're maximising your chance of scoring, so you're more central to goal. And you're obviously on the blind side of the defender. So all of those things, centre-forwards are thinking as the game is being built up down the left-hand side. So it was absolutely timed to perfection.
Beautiful.
Brilliant finish.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
From a striker watching it, it's beautiful to watch.
Well, they enjoyed that. Agreed, have both of them alongside me. I wonder if they agree about this critical moment in the game, which came in the second half. Should we have seen a penalty?
I think so. And I think that, obviously, I think Virgil van Dijk, he's working on instinct here. You know what I mean? You can see him here with his arm. He pulls him here. People are saying, but he's nowhere near the ball. He's not interfering. He's not getting involved in the play. But Virgil knows something. Obviously Virgil doesn't know if that's coming to him or not by the time he's pulling him now. He doesn't know that ball's going to, by the time he connects the ball, whether it's going to go to Mark. Look, he's already pulling him, but now the ball's gone too high, and now they're going to say, it's because he's got no effect on the ball. Virgil knows that if that was given as a penalty, people would be saying something like, why is Virgil touching there? That's what would have happened, but, they've got another way. They've probably got another way to explain this one away.
Did you agree, Michael, about should have been a penalty?
Yes, I thought it should have been a penalty. When it wasn't given on field, I didn't think it was one of those that VAR are going to get involved in, because there are mitigating circumstances. You could argue, as Wright says, the ball was too high, the ball would never have got to him, blah, blah, blah. It was only a quick pull, but Should the referee have given it in real time if he saw it? Yes, I think Liverpool got away with one.
All right, we're going to get the official word now from former Premier League referee Dermot Gallagher, who joins us. Derm, thank you so much for your time. You heard the guys in studio. You've seen the incident. Can you explain to us why that was not a penalty?
I think Michael's done more work for me. Honestly, I think it comes across quickly. We watch it in slow motion. I think that's a big thing there, Julie. When you watch it in slow motion, he's got him twice as long as we think. I think he does grab hold of him, but in penalty area you see all players are reaching for each other. He lets go of him very quickly. The ball's high, it goes towards Alisson, who punches it away. Pre-season there was this told the clubs it has to have impact, it has to have consequence. You look at the ball's too far away from Gay, as Michael said, that's what was told. I also think we've got this better threshold of on-field decision, what the referee to make it. And as Michael said, if it's thrown to the VAR, it will never, ever be overturned.
You know, when you look at that, Derm, even with that last angle, when the ball goes across and Virgil starts pulling him, Virgil doesn't know where the ball's going to end up then.
No, exactly.
It's once he's taken the strike there, Derm, and the fact that it's come off the back of his heel, it's gone high, and everyone said, oh, he's not. You watch it here, Virgil's already got hold of him now, right? He's got hold of him, he's stopping him. If that ball comes in, he's impeded him. So for him, he's impeded him. So we can't just say, oh, because the ball's gone up there, it's not a penalty because he's not gonna get the ball. We've got to give it because of Virgil's intentions. And I think that Virgil, in that moment, his instinct, it's just instincts with the defender. Like you said, Mert, they're just then, Derm, you naturally pull him. He's pulled at him. And that could have been something that was given. If it was given, I'd say, wow, that's strange of Virgil to pull him there. That's a big chance he took.
Yeah, Dermot, I just want to ask you a quick question. So I get the VAR side of things in that they're not going to relook at that because there are other circumstances at play. I get that. But as an incident, do you think that was a penalty or not? From a referee's point of view, not from VAR, from a referee's point of view, would you have given that penalty?
I wouldn't. And I was so surprised to be asked to sit up here to speak to you both, honestly.
We just wanted to see your beautiful shirt. Look how beautiful his shirt is.
A new one, that?
Yeah, it's a new one.
I just think sometimes, you know, players reach, players feel, and you have to be careful what you wish for. That 2 seasons ago we were in a situation where everybody's going, penalties are too soft, you know, we're giving them for nothing. And now the tolerance level is higher. I actually like the first 6 weeks, how everybody's been. I like the fact it's been raised. I like the fact we know it's got to have impact, it's got to have consequence. So I'm a lot more comfortable than I was 2 years ago about these kind of decisions.
All right, Derm, and the beautiful new shirt, thank you so much for your time.
You're the best, Derm.
Thank
God
you.
bless you, Wright.
OK, Palace did have a number of chances in the second half. It was improved. We wondered where Mateta was. Suddenly he was introduced.
Well, yeah, because, you know, same with Will Hughes. I think Will Hughes came on and made a big difference. But you could see, even just with that instance there, you know, Mateta being in a position, a focal position, you can see Eddie stretching there. Like, it's very hard to get the direction when you're stretching because then you're just trying to connect with it. You know, so he's hit it straight at the keeper. And again, with Eze, good strike, straight at the keeper. I think this one, Mike, you know, it's straight at him. You've really got to do. But it's this chance here, Mike. You know,
some really poor finishing, wasn't there, from Crystal Palace there? I mean, this is another poor one.
Oh God, it's so bad.
I agree with you on the Nketiah one. When you stretch and you lose accuracy, but there was no stretching from Eze there. That was, you know, he had a couple of options. What I mean. We were debating this one, you know, while we were watching it. You would have let that come across your left foot. But you had a better left foot than me, so I would have done the same as him.
You would have opened up though, Mike.
Obviously, he's tried to go far corner.
Yeah, but Michael,
whipped it near post.
I would have probably let it come across me more, so as then you open up that bit of the goal, or you can hit it with real power into the near post. Yeah. But what I know that Michael's finished. So what I would have done here, Mike, because I know you've got the outside of the right foot finish as well. But like the little flick over him or something, or you can whip it in there, Mike. But I think I would have let that come across to my left foot. I'd have let it come across so I was then the defender's out, and then I'd really drive it in there. So you can go with more power rather than opening your body, trying to bend it around a place where there's not a lot of space. Mike, you think you should have given him the eyes?
I think possibly eyes and whip it into the near. That's what I would have done because, as I say, compromising my right foot in my eyes was better than leaving it onto my left where I wasn't as comfortable. Wright, he had a stronger left foot than me, so I get the textbook probably says hit it with your left foot. But I would have gone right foot and eyes.
Yeah, but then if you've got the eyes, Mike, that's top finishing, isn't it? You know what I mean? Because as soon as
you tried it.
Yeah, you tried. But but when we done, first thing Mike said, he said the eyes. I said probably I think Harry Kane probably gives the eyes there.
Yeah.
You know, because of the proximity of where he was in the goal as well.
Well, 8 shots for Palace compared to the 1 in the first half. So an improved second half, but still nothing to show for it. Another defeat for them. Let's hear post-match thoughts from their manager, Oliver Glasner.
Oliver, the wait for a first Premier League win this season keeps carrying on today.
I think second half, so really great. So first half, Liverpool showed why they just lost one game and won all the other games and played really well. And so we had a great start with an offside goal, and then we struggled a little bit. But second half, we did really well. We created chances. I think we don't get more chances like this. And also I saw now on TV for me a clear penalty, the foul on Mark Gay. You know, he holds him with 2 hands, and and so at the end it's a loss, but the second half especially gives me a lot of confidence for our upcoming games, and this is what I also told the group. Yes, we are very disappointed because the players invest a lot, and we could see we were, especially second half, we were competitive at maybe the best team at the moment, and so this is what we have to build up on, and this is what we will do.
On the penalty call, the match centre say that there wasn't sustained holding. Do you think there needs to be clearer guidelines on what that exactly means?
I don't know what this, especially, this is a term, but it's not about which term is written. It's when I see the picture, I have to decide, and then I don't have to look what is the term, but this is clear. And when you see it, Mark makes the movement to the ball, and I don't know. I think it's Cody Gakpo holds him with 2 hands, and he can't go to the ball, and this is in the box, then it's a penalty. And so if the same foul is somewhere on the halfway line, it's a foul, and so there is no. If it's a foul, it's a foul.
If it's a foul, it's a foul, says Oliver Glasner. I'm sure he'll be looking at that in the long time he has to wait before the next game, thinking, why didn't we get it?
Yes, no doubt he'll look at it again. And as we said, we thought it was a penalty. But I think he should also look at himself after today. I must admit, I rarely have a pop at managers, but I think that the system was a bad one to play against Liverpool to start with. And then you've got to question whether you're leaving out someone like Mateta, who, came on in the second half, did well, Palace looked more dangerous, so you can always say it afterwards. But even before the game, me and Wright looked at each other and thought, Mateta, the goals that he's scoring, the presence that he has on a football pitch, very, very surprising that he's not started. Of course, he brought him on quickly. Might have been too little too late, but I thought the system that he played, as I say, a back 3, ends up being a back 5. Too many spare players at the back there. Then they concede all possession because there's spare men everywhere for Liverpool. And the selection. I thought the 2 things that he did today were questionable.
Righty?
No, I just thought, I was very surprised to not see Mateta because of the physical aspect he brings to the game. And you could see, what was it, 8 shots in the second half? Simply because he's there, he's somebody to pass to. And then the same with Will Hughes coming on, who's fantastic. And we're hearing that Adam Wharton isn't quite fit. So you just think to yourself, at home, you want the big man on, passing the ball into him, people around him. Maybe that fires up Eze a little bit more, gets Eddie Nketiah more chances, simply because they've got a focal point. And I thought at home it was maybe it's the wrong decision not to start him and Will Hughes.
It's Liverpool who lead at Crystal Palace. Diogo Jota's goal separating the 2 sides after 45 minutes of play. Overall impressions of the first half?
That Liverpool have been really good. Aided, I think, by the manager of Crystal Palace. I don't think a back 3 against this front line works, unless you're going to go man-to-man, as I said earlier. I think, Liverpool have got spare bodies all over the place. It's been a battering, really. I think Palace are lucky to be 1-0.
Yeah. Exactly. They just can't get to close Liverpool down. And in all the areas, Liverpool are getting all the second balls. They've got time on the ball. They're not stopping crosses. The left side's causing them a massive problem, Gakpo and Tsimikas. We haven't even seen Mo Salah get involved yet. But they're going to need to change something for me, Palace, to get themselves back in. Maybe Mateta, I don't know. But they're going to need to change it.
And yet it was Palace who could have had the early lead.
Yes. And again, it's like, it's down that space. I think Sarr does very, very well once this ball comes, because you can see the defenders there. But once it comes wide in this area, then that's when Liverpool may have a problem. But unfortunately, Eddie's run, the run he makes, you see him here, he needs to get around Virgil, go the other side of Konate, because there's enough time on the ball for for Sarr. If he gets round it or he gets level with them at least, his momentum took him offside, and it's just such a shame because he lost balance.
It was an Ian Wright finish there, wasn't it?
So I like the finish. The finish was brilliant.
I remember you scored one of those.
Yeah, I remember. I know the one you're on about, Mike, but he just needed to try and get himself on side there. It would have been a great start for him.
Yeah, that was just 20 seconds. It would have been a great start. It was Liverpool who got the great start. As Wright said, very strong down the left.
Yeah, they have been strong down the left, Jules, and that's where the goal came from as well. As Wrighty said, Mo Salah hasn't been really that much involved, but Gakpo has, and that was a brilliant ball. But we have a look more closely at this goal. You know, full back here. Munoz, I mean, just totally ball watching.
I don't know where he's going.
Absolutely ball watching. Brilliant ball from Tsimikas. And then when you just pause it here, a lot of wide players will think, oh, I can't see anybody in the middle, let's take another touch. No, don't do that. If you're a wide player, don't do it. You put the ball in a dangerous area and it's down to the attacker to make the run. Time the run, nip in front of the defender just at the right time. Yeah. And he did it perfectly.
Brilliantly. And, you know, it's Chalobah, you know, obviously he's not been playing regularly, he's not as sharp. And Jota's sharpness there. You know, when you look at the edge of the box where he was to where he ends up, he knows exactly where he wants to be. And Michael's bang on with the cross. That's what you want to see more of with wingers. Just put it in there. It's up to the forward to get there, and he done it brilliantly.
Yeah, Munoz going off injured shortly after that, replaced by Nathaniel Klein. Mo, you picked up something in the build-up. You mentioned it once again. You're concerned about Palace playing with the back three and what that meant facing a front three of Liverpool.
Exactly. If you're man-on-man, which rarely you're going to do, then, of course, it can sort of work. But inevitably, it's going to be a back five. And you see there the back three just marking one in terms of Jota. And that's been the case for a lot of the game. And once you do that, you've obviously got 5 against 3. You're going to be losing bodies elsewhere. And I just think Palace, and they probably either need to go to a back four or they need to be braver and go man-on-man. But again, every time you look, it's spare men at the back. And OK, there will be midfield players running, but then midfielders can track the runs. But all they're doing at the moment, see, the centre-half's got to come into midfield, leave holes then. And, of course, if it was the other way round, as I say, you can just track runners. You see the back three here, it's a little bit all over the place. And Jota's on his... and McAllister's on his own there. So I just don't like the system. Look at that back 5 there. There's 5 of them, and they still can't defend a ball. It's almost like when you've got too many men back there, it's easy to pass on instead of thinking, right, if it was just man-on-man, you think, you're my man, so I'm constantly going to be focused on you. When there's 5 against 3, it's, oh, shall I pass him on? And there's confusion. I just think they're over-numbered at the back there. And then that's causing a problem with Liverpool getting all the ball in the midfield because there's obviously 2 extra men somewhere.
We've called that poor Palace, highlighted even more by the fact that Sarr's chance in first half injury time was their only attempt in the first half.
Yeah, because they couldn't get on the ball, and we've seen that is a great pass. That's a great pass, but they've not been able to get on the ball in that area. Adam Wharton has been dispossessed a few times. You know, Eze holding onto the ball a bit too long, but that was fantastic. And you know what I mean? It would have been a bit of a nightmare for Liverpool had they conceded there, but that's how easy they can do it. Because they need to get another man, for me, another man in that midfield, maybe go, like Michael's saying, into the 4, get Eze to drop off a bit, Eddie to move up and bring Matete on. Bring Matete on and really have a go at Liverpool this half. They need to do something different.